So at this point we have a map, and we're still fighting for the layers, but again, we'll fix it in a moment. I'm going to go back into my tile map editor, and I'm going to erase everything. I'm going to clear this all out. First thing I want to do is I want to fill the background with something, with some sort of pattern. So I'm going to grab this middle piece right here from this pattern, and I'm going to fill in the whole background, just so we have something back there. Now, one aspect of the tile map editor is that we actually have layers we can work with. So we can set the background to be a true background where it is behind things, and we can add a foreground as well. So I filled in the background with one basic pattern, one basic color. Here on the right, we have these layers, and the background is the background, right? So I'm going to right click this. I'm going to rename this background. Then I'm going to add in a new layer, and I'm going to rename it foreground. We can switch between these different layers. So when we're painting, we can change some settings. So for instance, for the background, I don't want this to collide with anything. I don't want any collision at all. So I can select my background and go to layer collides and turn that off. Now it won't ever collide with anything. Then I can switch back to my foreground, and I can draw in what I want to have collision for. So I'm going to kind of pick an arbitrary spot for right now. I'm going to fill in. Oop, I don't want to fill. I want to paint a platform. And then I'll do this, fill that in down there. Then fill in with the middle here. So I have one platform there, and then I can grab a jumping platform. Oh, actually, I'll do this. Grab this again as well over here. Then if I save this and go back to my dungeon map, I have that map. It'll show it right up. I can see what has collision and what doesn't. I'll grab my player start and actually bring this down. So it's rushing right on top of my platform. Press play, and now because I'm using layers, I'm no longer fighting the Z distance where I can see my full character. I can jump onto these different platforms. My jump is still a little wonky. I don't really like how that feels. I'll have to make some adjustments later. But there we go. And when I press play, oh, I got a visual bug there. All right, so I press play, and I can see that over here on the left, I can see the edge of the map, which is not great. We need to add a buffer in our tile map. That way our view doesn't show us the edge, right? I press play, and then I can see that I'm too far over to the side. So I can actually add in my tile map. I can make this wider, right? But that isn't necessarily going to add it in the direction we want it to be. So we need to actually erase from my foreground layer some of these, then set it up so that way I have a wall of some sort preventing me from going that far. So now if I save this and press play, move my player start over, I can still see the edge, so not quite as far over as I want it to be. So I actually would need to start here, and then none of this should be seen in my tile map editor. So this actually won't work. So again, just like with everything else we do, it's a lot of trial and error. That doesn't work. I need to start up here. That means that our wall needs to go here. know I have the start of my level. And probably would want to do the same thing down at the bottom, but we'll get to that later. We'll take move my player start over, put up. There we go. So we have an edge to our map. And now it's working from there. Now you may notice that as you press play, you get some weird visual glitches or maybe some gaps that show up in between our sprites. We can actually make a small adjustment to what we're doing by going to our tile map, Tilesets, find the castle dungeon, find the tile set right here, right click this, and then click condition tile sheet texture. And then we just call it TST_castle dungeon, which is tile set texture. And this is going to be the exact same thing as our tile set, except they add a little bit of digital spacing in between things. That way we don't see any weird cracks in between some of the tiles. So we can close that, and our tile set will actually automatically update with the right one. We don't have to do anything else. It just will work. With the Z fighting, where our character and our different things are kind of on top of each other, we want to address this by changing the order in which things are drawn. If I go to my content drawer and I'm going to go to a prop and I'll grab the flag that we made earlier. I'll grab this flip book and I'll drag this in. And I'll put it actually right where the character starts, right over here. I'm going to press play. My character is, I forgot to actually put that in the Z of 0. On the Y of 0. Press play, and then I can see that my prop and the character are fighting to exist in the same space. We could just move things forward or back, but that's not really the best approach. So we're going to need to modify the material. So save this, and I'm going to go content drawer. I'm going to open up the paper flipbook for that flag. And I want to change the material up here. I click that, and nothing's going to show up, so I'm going to need to actually navigate to the material. That button right here. And I want to grab translucent, unlit sprite material. I want to set that as the material. By selecting it and then dragging it up here. And then we can actually modify the priority. So save this, and then I'll go back to my dungeon map. I'll select the flag I made, delete it, and I'll re-add it. That way the change that we made will work. Go back up here into props. Then re-add this here. Y to 0. Once I re-added that in, I can actually search in the details panel for sort priority. And I want the priority for this to be 0. I want this to render first, and then I want to render the player on top of it. So I'll go to my content drawer here. I'll find my blueprint for my character. BP player character. And I'll search here for sort priority. And I want to set the translucency sort priority to 1. So once we set the translucency sort priority, the order is always going to be consistent. So it just makes it a little bit easier to work with. Now the pole in this case doesn't quite line up where I want it to be, but I always want it to be in a certain kind of area, right? We can play with the priority as we go to get it to be what we want to be. So another aspect that we want to kind of pay attention to is that in our tile map, in our tile set rather, we have some things that act as embellishments, right? We have like this moss that's here. and the little spider webs and whatnot. Little skulls. So if I can actually grab the skull and switch to my background layer, and I can paint in those skulls, but it doesn't. It erases the background that's there. So I can actually add in another layer. I'll rename this to be props. And now as I draw those in, I can turn off layer collide so that's off. And so I can add in those embellishments without affecting the layer. And I want props to show up above foreground. That way I can add these in here as well. So let's say I grab this chunk right here. I can actually select multiple tiles by clicking and dragging across. And I can paint these in directly. And I can put these into the foreground area. I want it to be a wall. I can grab this moss here, switch to props. I can add, this is kind of like hanging moss at the bottom. Right. And because we actually have access to different tile sets, if I go to my content drawer and look at my tile sets, Castle Dungeon, I have a decorations texture that's here. And castle slopes and things like that. If I take the decorations and kind of repeat the process, so right click, sprite actions, create tile set, and then I can call this, rename, TS _ Castle Dungeon Decor. I'm going to open that up. I can see that I have like decorations, but the sizes don't quite match up. So again, this is 16 by 16. So I can add in these decoration pieces. We go back to my tile, or save this, then go back to my tile map. I can switch to my other tile set, the decorations. And let's say I want to add a banner. Right, I want to add as a prop. I can select all these. And now I can add in banners as whole pieces from that different tile set. And so once I kind of have those parts set up, then again, I have to always pay attention as to which layer I'm working on, so that way I don't accidentally paint on the wrong layer. But we have the parts to be able to build a level. So I can press save and take my character and move it where I would want to start. And we have something to start out with. I can see that I can jump on top of that platform, so that's cool. My jump is still really floaty. I don't like how high I go and how long it takes to fall. So I'm going to have to make some adjustments to my character and how I'm jumping. But we'll get to that a little bit later. We just want to get the parts together to put together basics of a level. So that's going to be it for this one. Thanks.